Breaking news, you're looking at video of one of the last times Oscar winner Gene Hackman, a known recluse in recent years, was seen in public.
As well known as Gene Hackman was, neighbors tell us that he and his wife led intensely private lives here in Santa Fe, their longtime home. And while we've been learning more about this case, there is still so much
Gene Hackman's mansion has become the center of a shocking mystery, leaving Hollywood and fans stunned. The beloved actor, known for the French Connection, Unforgiven, and Superman, was found lifeless alongside his wife, Betsy Arakawa, in their secluded New Mexico home. But what seemed like a peaceful passing took a chilling turn when investigators arrived. What they uncovered raised more questions than answers, turning this tragedy into something far more perplexing. Were secrets hidden behind those walls? Could there be more to the story than meets the eye? As the investigation unfolds, the truth behind Hackman's final moments remains a haunting enigma.
And here in Santa Fe, Sheriff's Department officials here working behind me have yet another high-profile case on their hands. Aaron, you and I covered at length the Alec Baldwin case, that fatal shooting on the set of the movie Rust. This is the same investigative team that...
The saga began when two maintenance workers arrived at Gene Hackman's sprawling Santa Fe estate for a routine visit. What they found, however, was anything but routine. The front door stood wide open, an eerie detail that immediately unsettled them. Stepping inside, they made a grim discovery: the lifeless bodies of Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, in separate rooms. The scene was deeply disturbing. Hackman was collapsed near the kitchen, his cane and sunglasses lying beside him. Betsy was found on the bathroom floor, surrounded by scattered prescription pills and an overturned space heater. Adding to the mystery, one of the couple's dogs was found unresponsive in a crate, while two others roamed the property unharmed. The shocking discovery sent ripples through the quiet Santa Fe community and the entertainment world, leaving behind more questions than answers.
Initial findings note no external trauma to either individual. They say that carbon monoxide toxicology reports have been requested. Finally, as sheriff's officials gather information, it's worth pointing out that this could take weeks or months before we know exactly what the cause of is. That's because these medical examiner cases often take time in order to get to the root cause of these.
Authorities initially suspected carbon monoxide poisoning, a common cause of household deaths, especially in older homes. The theory seemed plausible, but tests quickly ruled it out. The gas company found no leaks, and fire officials confirmed no traces of carbon monoxide in the house. This revelation shattered the initial explanation, plunging the investigation into uncertainty. How could two seemingly healthy individuals die simultaneously in different parts of the home without an apparent cause? With no clear answers, authorities were left scrambling to unravel the growing mystery surrounding their deaths.
They've clearly been for several days, and I'm saying days plural in order to get that kind of mummification. One of the ways of figuring this out, obviously, is from the scene investigation to find out when did they last pick up the mail, when did they last check in with relatives, phone calls, those kind of things, because people generally will communicate with others during the course of their time.
Authorities first suspected carbon monoxide poisoning, a common household danger, but tests quickly ruled it out. The gas company found no leaks, and fire officials confirmed no traces of the deadly gas. This discovery shattered the initial theory, leaving investigators baffled. How could two seemingly healthy people die at the same time in different rooms without an obvious cause? With no clear answers, the case took a perplexing turn, deepening the mystery.
It's a dog who was alive in the house and a dog also that belonged to them who was outside the house.
Right, but the door being ajar means, what Judy describes, which is they could have been there 10 days or 2 weeks, meant that the dogs could have had access to come in and out of that doorway. They might have had access to food and to water.
The mystery deepened with the condition of the bodies, which raised eyebrows among experts. Hackman and Arakawa's remains showed significant decay, suggesting they had been there far longer than expected. Some described them as almost mummified, adding another eerie layer to the case. Investigators noted that the dry New Mexico air and indoor heating could have sped up decomposition, but the timeline still didn't add up. Hackman's pacemaker, which recorded its last activity on February 17th, indicated he had likely been lifeless for at least 9 days before being discovered. Could this timeline hold the key to unraveling what truly happened inside their secluded home?
Hollywood gets ready to honor its best at the Academy Awards this weekend. There are still unanswered questions about the of two-time Oscar winner Gene Hackman and his wife. The couple was found this week in their New Mexico home. On Friday, investigators ruled out carbon monoxide poisoning and revealed other clues that may lead them to determine what did happen.
As investigators worked to piece together the events leading up to the tragic discovery, they couldn't ignore the small yet chilling details that hinted at something unusual. Why was the front door left open? Was it a silent cry for help? Or had someone else entered or exited the home? And what about the scattered pills near Betsy's body? Were they evidence of a medical emergency, or did they suggest something more deliberate? These lingering questions have left even the most seasoned detectives baffled. One investigator admitted, "In all my years, I've never seen a case quite like this." Meanwhile, the public response has been a mix of shock, grief, and intense speculation. Gene Hackman, widely regarded as one of the greatest actors of his generation, was known for his private, down-to-earth lifestyle. After retiring from acting in 2004, he spent his later years writing novels, painting, and embracing the peaceful beauty of Santa Fe alongside Betsy. The couple was beloved in their community, known for their kindness and generosity, often supporting local businesses while avoiding the spotlight. For many, the mysterious and unsettling circumstances of their deaths seem completely at odds with the quiet, fulfilling life they led.
Much of the investigation is happening just up this road behind gates and a guard in an affluent neighborhood where homes are separated by acres of land. That's where Hackman and his wife chose to live, decidedly.
Hollywood, too, has been shaken to its core by the shocking deaths of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa. Tributes have poured in from fans and fellow actors, with many sharing fond memories of Hackman's incredible talent and warm personality. Gwyneth Paltrow, who starred alongside Hackman in the Royal Tenenbaums, posted a heartfelt tribute online, calling him a true legend and sharing a photo of the two on set. Clint Eastwood, Hackman's Unforgiven co-star and director, released a statement saying, "Gene was not only one of the most talented actors I've ever worked with, but he was also a dear friend. His loss leaves a void that can never be filled." Hackman's family, understandably devastated, has also spoken out. His daughter, Leslie, described her father as being in remarkably good health for his age, noting that he regularly practiced Pilates and yoga. She expressed deep gratitude for Betsy, crediting her with keeping Hackman active and healthy in his later years. "They had a beautiful partnership," Leslie said in an emotional statement. "Betsy took such good care of him. I can't believe they're both gone." Adding to the intrigue, Leslie and her sister, Elizabeth, have speculated that toxic fumes could still be a factor, despite negative tests for carbon monoxide. Could another environmental hazard have gone undetected? Their theories have only fueled public curiosity, with many taking to social media to debate what might have happened.
Well, incredible new details this hour about the circumstances surrounding his front door open, scattered pills on the bathroom countertop, one dog in the closet, two still.
As the investigation continues, authorities are meticulously combing through every aspect of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa's lives in search of answers. From medical records to phone data, no stone is being left unturned. Investigators have even seized a 2025 monthly planner and 2 cell phones from the home, hoping to reconstruct the couple's final days. Yet, despite these efforts, no clear explanations have emerged. Toxicology reports, which could provide crucial insights, are still pending and may take weeks or even months to complete. In the absence of concrete evidence, several theories have begun circulating. Some speculate the couple may have succumbed to a shared medical crisis, such as dehydration or a sudden illness. Others wonder if one suffered a tragic accident and the other, unable to cope, followed soon after. The unusual circumstances surrounding their dogs have also raised questions. How did 2 survive while 1 did not? Could an environmental factor have affected them differently? Then, there's the possibility of foul play, a theory not currently supported by evidence, but not entirely ruled out. The open front door has led some to suspect an intruder, though authorities have found no signs of forced entry or struggle. Could someone have had a key to the house? Or is the open door simply a red herring in an already baffling case? As investigators dig deeper, the mystery only continues to grow.
Investigators been able to get into the obtained cell phones?
Not at this time. We have them in our possession. We'll be analyzing cell phone data, phone calls, text messages, events, photos in the cell phone to try to piece a timeline.
One thing is certain. The story of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa's final days is far from over. Their celebrity status, the strange details surrounding their passing, and the lack of definitive answers have created a storm of speculation and intrigue. As fans and investigators alike await the next clue, the lingering question remains: what really happened inside that house, and will we ever uncover the full truth? The mysterious circumstances surrounding their deaths have only deepened with each new theory and revelation. The quiet, private life they carefully built in their Santa Fe retreat now stands in stark contrast to the whirlwind of speculation engulfing their final moments. Could the answers lie in the strange clues left behind, the environment they lived in, or even in the lives they led away from Hollywood's glaring spotlight? As the investigation continues, the truth remains just out of reach, leaving the world to wonder.
On Wednesday, February 26, 2025, at approximately 1:45 p.m., Santa Fe County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to 1425 Old Sunset Trail, where Gene Hackman, 95, and his wife Betsy Arakawa, 65, and a dog were found.
One of the most baffling aspects of this case is the condition and placement of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa when they were found. Hackman, known for playing tough, unshakable characters on screen, was discovered near the back of the house, collapsed beside his cane and sunglasses. It's a haunting image of vulnerability, especially for someone who, even at 95, was described by his family as full of life. Arakawa, his wife of over 3 decades, was found at the opposite end of the home, lying on the bathroom floor, surrounded by scattered prescription pills and an overturned space heater. The scene itself raises endless questions. Were they trying to reach one another in their final moments? Was Betsy attempting to call for help? Or did something else entirely take place that has yet to come to light? Adding to the confusion is the uncertain timeline. Hackman's pacemaker recorded its last activity on February 17th, nearly 10 days before their bodies were discovered. However, Betsy's condition suggested she may not have been unresponsive for as long. This discrepancy has fueled speculation that one of them passed first, leaving the other in distress. But if that were the case, why was no help sought? And what role did the scattered pills play? Were they part of a medical emergency or simply a coincidence? Investigators are now trying to unravel these puzzling details to piece together the truth.
Deputies arrived and gained access to the residence where they observed Mrs. Arakawa deceased. They continued the search of their home and located Mr. Hackman in a separate area of the residence, also deceased. A German Shepherd was also found deceased, and 2 other dogs who appeared healthy were located on the property.
One of the most debated aspects of the case is the unsettling detail of the open front door. The workers who discovered the scene noted that the door was ajar when they arrived, a highly unusual circumstance for a couple known for their privacy. Some speculate it could have been an attempt to signal for help, while others wonder if it suggests the presence of a third party. Authorities have found no signs of forced entry or struggle, yet the open door remains one of the most chilling and unexplained elements of the case. Was someone else in the house that day? If so, who were they, and why has no trace of them been found? This lingering mystery continues to fuel speculation.
Due to the unusual circumstances of 2 decedents in the residence, there was a concern for scene safety. Santa Fe City fire personnel and the New Mexico Gas Company were requested to the scene to test for carbon monoxide or other foreign elements. The scene was deemed safe, and approximately 9:30 p.m., a search warrant was issued and executed on the residence.
The condition of the house itself offers little clarity. Authorities described it as largely undisturbed, with no signs of robbery or foul play. Yet, the scattered pills, The overturned heater and the strange placement of the bodies suggest a scene that doesn't fully add up. These puzzling details have even left seasoned investigators struggling for answers. One insider reportedly remarked that the case feels asterisk, like something out of a movie script. Asterisk given Hackman's Hollywood legacy. The irony of that statement isn't lost on anyone. Adding another layer to the mystery is the couple's beloved pets. One of their dogs was found lifeless in a crate, while the other two roamed the property unharmed. This detail has sparked numerous theories. How did the surviving dogs manage without food or water for so long? Some wonder if someone had been tending to them in the days leading up to the discovery, which could suggest the involvement of an unknown third party. Others believe the animals may have simply found a way to sustain themselves. The condition of the surviving pets could hold crucial clues about the timeline of events. But for now, the answers remain elusive, deepening the mystery that continues to baffle investigators and the public alike.
In this search warrant, there were 2 green in color cell phones, 2 bottles of medication, 1 bottle of over-the-counter Tylenol, my request medical records, and a 2025 monthly planner calendar. Those items were secured from the residence for evidentiary purposes.
As the investigation continues, attention has shifted to the couple's health and lifestyle in the months leading up to their passing. By all accounts, Gene Hackman was in remarkably good shape for his age. His daughter, Leslie, described him as someone who loved staying active, regularly practicing Pilates and yoga. Betsy, a classical pianist, was deeply devoted to her husband's well-being, always ensuring he remained healthy and happy. Friends of the couple echoed these sentiments, describing them as vibrant and engaged with life. So, what could have led to such an unexpected and tragic turn of events? The mystery only deepens.
It's weird because I knew a lot of them, so they weren't intimidating. Meeting Gene Hackman the first time, was like, but then finding out he was so funny, that was a great thing.
Yeah.
When I saw him, he did that speech in Birdcage where he just says that thing about and the leaves, and at that point you just slowly nod off. But he did it so, it's a hard thing to make boring hysterical. And he did it.
Yeah.
And he did it perfectly,
Some speculate that an environmental factor might be to blame. Despite negative tests for carbon monoxide, investigators are exploring other potential toxins or hazards that could have been present in the home. Authorities are reportedly examining everything from mold to chemical exposure, hoping to uncover something that might explain the sudden tragedy. The couple's medical records have also been seized as part of the inquiry, with officials combing through their history for any underlying conditions that could provide answers. Meanwhile, public fascination with the case continues to grow. Fans and amateur sleuths have taken to social media to share their own theories, some even poring over Hackman's past interviews and public appearances for possible clues. A rare 2009 interview has resurfaced in which he discussed his decision to retire from acting. "The business for me is very stressful," he admitted. Asterisk, "I don't have many fears, but I do worry about dying, especially as I grow older." Asterisk, could his words hold hidden insight into his state of mind in his final years? At the same time, celebrity tributes have poured in, painting a picture of Hackman as both a legendary actor and a deeply private individual. Clint Eastwood, who directed and starred alongside him in the 1992 Western Unforgiven, described him as Asterisk, an artist in every sense of the word. Asterisk Morgan Freeman, another co-star, called Hackman Asterisk, one of the finest actors I've ever had the privilege of working with. Asterisk, these heartfelt statements stand in stark contrast to the mysterious circumstances of his passing, adding yet another emotional layer to an already complex and perplexing story.
Like being on a set with Gene Hackman.
Well, Gene, people ask all the time, who's the best actor, who's the biggest star, who's the blah, blah, blah. The line's long for the great actors I've been able to work with, really is. But I would say probably Gene was the best actor that I'd ever worked with.
Even those who knew Hackman and Betsy personally have been left stunned. Jesse Kessler, the contractor who made the fateful 911 call, described the couple as kind-hearted and generous, noting that he never saw anything unusual leading up to their final days. Another friend, Doug Lanham, recalled a lighthearted memory of Hackman paying off a bet in pennies, a testament to his humor and down-to-earth nature. These anecdotes only deepen the sense of loss felt by those who knew them, as well as the millions of fans who admired Hackman's work from afar.